Hey Linda, what do you think's in that box?
I already know what's in that box.
You already know what's in the box? Well, that's not. Well, I guess we'll tell everybody else what's in the box. In this box is another battery for the solar system out in the garage. This will give me 200 amp hours. So I think I'm buying these slowly just because they're a little expensive. There it is. So that matches the exact same one I got out there. And we're going to take it out, hook it in, so I have more storage capacity. Because eventually I would like to put a mini split out there in the shed, and I need a little more battery power. I think I need one more of these and then one more solar power, and I should be able to run a mini split just fine. So I got a 3,000 watt inverter out there. I just need more capacity. So we're gonna go hook this guy up. All right, so I got my cables all set and ready to go. We'll hook this, parallel with the other battery so I can get more storage capacity. I really don't want more volts. I don't want to turn it into a 24 volt system. I just want more storage capacity, so when I do put a mini split in this shed, it doesn't run out of power. Yeah, we're getting ready to hook this baby up next. So like before, up there in that top shelf up there is my first battery. Over here is my inverter. So I need to move this guy and put that other battery up there. And then we'll get it hooked up. That way it can start charging. Alright, well, I got the positive side of the battery hooked up. But in true gym luck, we'll call it, when I got the cables, one side bolted on just fine, but this side, on the positive and the negative, is smaller. So I ended up having to drill both of these out in order to get them to hook up. So I'm getting ready to hook up the negative side. Then I should have double the storage capacity. Alright, so we got everything hooked up. Get the wiring hooked up. And we're throwing a charge of 13.4 volts right now. It is a little gloomy out. It does say the batteries are charged up pretty good. So hopefully I've got it hooked up right. Guess time will tell. Alright. Alright. Well, it's sprinkling a little bit. And it's nice and warm right now. It's like 70 degrees. But it's supposed to be freezing tonight, so I'll have to turn the chicken lights back on. But for right now, we are going to try to clean up these surfaces right here. I got the other side cleaned up pretty good. I'm going to try to get these cleaned up. That way I can get my stainless steel cage back on. I got it all polished up. Put a little rust dissolvent on here and see what happens. Give that a few minutes and then we'll get some stuff and try to scrub that out of there. I've got some other stuff in the shed I gotta go get too. I can't remember what the name of it is. So let me go grab that. Oh, iron out. That's it. Got some iron out in the shed too, so I might mix some of that up. We'll give this a few minutes and see what happens. Alright, well, for the most part I got that hole cleaned up. I did get the rest of the bolt out of it, so I'm ready to put the metal piece back up, but I don't know, I'm debating on whether I should take that windshield off, clean the whole center console and wax the whole thing while I've got it apart, which I'm thinking I might just do. I've got to build a new seat for this front anyway, so I may just drill the hinges and putty all that in and change the whole thing. So I guess we'll wait and see. Alright, I got the windshield off. The next thing to do is take this lower bar off. Let's see if I can clean all this up here. like that or something. Anyhow, alright. So yeah, I think I'm gonna drill that out next. And then I need to wax all this up here because it probably hadn't been waxed since the day it was bought. Anyhow, moving on. Sorry, there's some background noise going on back there. So, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order another piece of this, and I'm gonna make a top for this, just like that. Make it overlap just a hair, I think. Maybe like so. Yeah. Then I get a clean slate across the top here. I think that'll look a lot nicer. I think. Anyhow, that's my plan. So I'm gonna order another one of these, and we'll see how it comes out. But yeah. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I think it'll be all right. I think it'll look a lot better once I get the new shield up and everything and have a clean top. So that's my plan. Well, it's cold as the dickens outside, and so I'm working inside right now. And I'm working on my windshield. It's not the greatest windshield, but I super glued this crack back together. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crack that goes right down through here. And I went ahead and pulled all the grommets out. Now these grommets, these guys here, they're pretty well stiff and hard. So I'm gonna try to soak them in a little bit of brake fluid and see if they'll soften up, and see if I can get them back in. But after that super glue, I'm gonna try to put this carbon. It's called carbon tape. I've never seen this before, but I'm gonna try to put that carbon tape right over the top of that, like so, as a decorative thing, because most of this is down below the console part. So I'm hoping that will fix the little crack and keep it from cracking any worse. I think it'll be all right. Then I'm going to see about, if anybody's got any ideas, I'm going to see about polishing this windshield somehow and try to get some of the little marks and scratches out of it. But that's what we're working on today. So anyway, let's go ahead and start getting this soaked in. Anyhow, this, I have a sticker on the side of this right here that I'm gonna have to take off right there. Then I'll have to get all this cleaned up. But I'm hoping this carbon fiber tape will hold this together. I think it will. Anyhow, let me get a bowl and we'll get these rubber grommets start soaking, see if they'll take in a little bit of oil so it'll be a little more flexible. I did buy all new bolts and washers for it too. So here we go. Alright, well, I'm going to do some sanding on this windshield here. I got 3 different grades of sanding blocks here that I'm going to do. All of them are real fine. I want to make sure the stickers, or this carbon fiber tape is going to stick on here real well. I'm not going to bore you with all the sanding I'm going to do on it, but so you know, I am going to sand the bottom half of this before I start on it. And I got this Rain-X stuff here, got a little bit of lubricant oil in it, so just kind of help the sanding along. But there is a difference. See how that's kind of got like a film on it, and this end down here doesn't anymore. You can see it kind of right there. But we'll do the sides, that way, like I said, that carbon fiber tape will stick to it. I do have to get this sticker off here and get that sanded down too. So. Alright, well, I got the surface sanded and prepped, so I'm going to give it about, I don't know, half an hour or so to dry. I know it's glass cleaner, but I want to make sure it's good and dry before I put the carbon fiber on it. So here, we'll let it go for a little bit and see what happens. Well, I got it on there, and believe it or not, that was a little more challenging than I thought. I kept getting air bubbles in it, and I had a real hard time getting all the air bubbles out. But I got it on there, and you can't hardly see that crack at all. There's a little bubble where the bolt goes. So once I drill all that out, put the new grommets in, or put the grommets back in and the bolts on it, you'll probably never see any of it. But I still got to trim up the edges, but I want all this to set up before I do all that. But it doesn't look too awfully bad. I think it'll work just fine. Like I said, 3/4 of that black is down below the console, so you're not really going to see it up on when you're standing on top of the, or when you're standing up in the center console. So I think that'll work out pretty good, and it'll help keep some of that sun off the center console itself on the dash, because I'm building a new upper dash for it too. So I just got to clean the windshield up, and I think we're good to go there. All right, well, I let these grommets soak in that brake fluid for like 3-4 hours, and they are good and soft. I mean, they're not mushy soft, but they're definitely soft enough I can get them back into the plastic there. So yeah, that worked out really well. So let's get all this put back together now. New stainless steel nuts, new stainless steel washers. I got all the grommets in place. I just dropped my washer. They popped right in, they're all good and flexible. I even got stainless steel locking nuts. I almost went with wing nuts, but I was afraid they were going to fall off. So I went ahead and got the locking nuts for it. So now they won't fall off. I'm just going to go ahead and put all this together for now, and it'll be ready to put back on the boat. Yeah. That doesn't look too bad with those screws, so that looks a lot better. Alright, I'm going to finish her up, and that part's done. Hey, me and Melinda's heading to the lake. It's pretty cold out. It's, yeah, really cold out.
No, it's not that bad.
I think it's
Not,
I think
it's up north.
I think it's going to snow.
I mean, it's Florida, come on.
I think it's going to snow.
No.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to the lake. See if we can get some pictures, maybe fly the drone around the lake, see what it looks like. And we're going to take you guys along with us. So, lake. So the other day, we went out fishing, and I just so happened to have a fishing pole on this truck. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to take all the tools that are on this side, put them on the other side of my truck, and I'm going to set this whole side up over here, if I unlock it, with fishing stuff, because I don't use this truck as a work truck anymore. So the other side, I think eventually I'm going to set up as a camper part, and then I've got a power station. I think up on the top I'm going to put a solar panel. Just have some solar panel stuff in here. I do have my one of my tackle boxes in here. I have like 4 or 5 of them, but and I'm going to put some fishing poles up here. I've already got some lights up here, but yeah, I'm going to clean all this out, move all these tools on the other side, and start setting this up for fishing. Well, I got all the tools out of it. Like I said, they're on the other side of the truck. And I am going to clean that other side out too. I've got it all sprayed down with some Simply Green right now, and I'm getting ready to get my hose. I'm just going to bring a garden hose over and hose all that dirt and everything out of there and clean it up. And then we'll start putting some fishing equipment on here. Alright, so there's 4 poles I'm going to put on here. I'm going to put them up on the top shelves. They're pretty long. All 4 of these break down. A couple of them are like medium heavy, and then 2 mediums. I think that'll be pretty good. So the different sizes and everything. So we'll go ahead and get those set up on there. And then we'll get some tackle on there and then some nets. Alright, there's our 4 poles. They're all up there tucked nice away. I do have a safety kit and a tackle box. So here's our first aid kit. That's going to go on here. Up in the corner. Another one was. This is our small tackle box. I've actually got a couple more. This is just something we got with a fishing kit. Throw that on there so we can go crappie fishing. A few crickets. And let's go get a net and some other tackle. Alright, so I got some of the stuff in there. So I do have a couple of tackle boxes. They're little ones. This is for like little bluegills. And then you know, I got my net. I have a mineral bucket down there. I cannot find my aerator, but I am going to I'll find it, but I'll have a battery powered aerator that goes with that. Then I'm going to put a couple of chairs in the back of the truck. I'm just going to leave this stuff on here permanently, so I see a river or a creek or whatever I want to pull over on and go fishing, all my stuff is here. Like I said, last week Tiffany caught a catfish, and the only reason we caught it is I actually had 1 pole and a tackle box on this truck. And that's when I thought, hey, you know what? We're just going to set this whole thing up for camping and fishing. So that's a start. I mean, that's not all of it, but that's a start. So, cool. Fun stuff. Well, that's it for Sweet Nana's Farm this week. I hope everybody has a great week. I want to appreciate everybody watching our videos. We had a good time making them, even though it was really cold this week. Yeah, we got some things done, but cold weather really hampers us. We're Floridians, we're not really used to that. So anyway, thanks for watching.